everyone, welcome back to Actual English. My name is Jennifer Clyde. It is great to have you back joining me today. Of course, so far we have been talking about introducing ourselves. Now, when you meet somebody for the first time, you of course can talk about what you do for a living. Now, what do you do for a living? What does that mean? Basically, it is a question asking what your job is. What kind of work do you do? What is your job? Those questions are fine, but try asking, hey, what do you do for a living? Simply put, what is your job? So today's topic is occupation. Now, when you talk about your occupation, you can, of course, briefly or simply mention what you do, what you're in charge of, what your responsibilities are, which company you work for how long you've worked there. But of course, I think it's important, especially when you do an interview or you meet someone for the first time and talk about your job, you can add some details and talk about how much you enjoy your work, whether you love your job or the opposite, whether you hate it. Okay, anyhow, the topic for today is once again occupation, so let's get started. Here is today's actual talk.
You know, Rachel, I feel truly blessed to do what I do for a living.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You know, not many people have that opportunity to actually love what they do.
I think that's true.
So you're really lucky.
Yes, I do count my blessings.
What do you do, by the way, specifically?
I can't tell you because I'd have to kill you. No, I'm not a secret agent. No, I'm a freelancer, so
Okay.
I do lots of different things. I guess you could say I'm a jack of all trades.
Oh, You're like a Renaissance man.
Yeah,
You can
I
do
everything.
anything and everything.
Yeah, everything to a certain degree, but not an expert in anything, maybe.
Sometimes that's better, I feel like. Yeah.
I hope so. I've got fingers in lots of different pies.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you like your colleagues?
Some of them.
Okay.
You know, I think like in any walk of life, you like some people, you don't like some people. But I'm fortunate enough that I don't spend too long in any one place.
Wow.
So if I don't like someone, I can just go to a different job or something like that.
You're super lucky.
Yeah. How about you? Do you like what you do?
I do like what I do. I worked as a news anchor at a radio station.
Oh, wow.
And I absolutely loved it because basically I was getting paid to learn. Because it's doing it simply, right? Because
Yeah.
I was reading about the news, current events, and I was learning about the world while I was getting paid to do it.
That's true. Everyone reads the news anyway.
Exactly.
You get paid to do it.
Yeah.
You're a genius.
Oh, thank you. No, so I did a lot of like editing and also translating, and which helped me a lot because I was doing domestic news, so Korean into English translation. So I learned a lot in that sense too.
That's interesting. I don't think there are too many people who are like us. Maybe people watching this will be saying, I hate my job.
Oh no.
But just stick with it and something will come of it, right?
Yes, exactly. You make it what it is.
There you go.
So here we are today after taking a listen to today's actual talk. We basically have an idea of what Rachel and Peter talked about. Remember, I said of course, when you have a conversation about your occupation, your job, the kind of work you do, you of course can mention the name of the company and perhaps your position, what you do, but try to make it more interesting and fun, a bit more casual by adding the details of talking about how much you enjoy your job. And that is exactly what Rachel and Peter did. They both seem to really enjoy what they do for a living, so let's take a look. All right, so Peter said, you know, Rachel, I feel truly blessed to do what I do for a living. So let's take a look here. I feel blessed and also do for a living. I mentioned it over and over and over again. Now, what you do for a living basically means or refers to the kind of work you do. But let's take a look at this. Peter says, I feel truly blessed. I feel blessed. What does that mean? Let's check it out. So if you say you feel blessed to do something, it means that you are very grateful. You are content. You are very, very happy. So if you really enjoy what you do, if you enjoy your job, you can say, I feel blessed to do what I do, or to do what I do for a living, which means, job, in other words, occupation. Okay, Rachel says, oh yeah? And she says, you know, not many people love what they do, so you're really lucky. That's true. How many of you really enjoy your job? Do you just go to your workplace and just work because you have to? Or do you really enjoy doing what you do? I actually enjoy what I do. I guess I am a lucky person too. Anyhow, and then Peter says, I do count my blessings. So he is stressing it, okay? I feel truly blessed to do what I do. And then he once again says, I count my blessings. Once again, the word bless is included here. So let's take a look at what count one's blessings means, okay? So to count one's blessings means to focus on or think about the good things in life and not focus too much on the negative things, the bad things in life, right? So of course, in life, bad things can happen. But if you say, I count my blessings, it means even if terrible things happen in life, yeah, I tend to concentrate, think about, or focus on the good things in life, okay? All right, here we go. Now, Rachel asks a question. She says, so what do you do, by the way, specifically? Specifically meaning, yeah, give me the details. Exactly. What is it that you do? Okay. What do you do specifically? And then Peter jokingly says, he's joking. He says, I can't tell you because I would have to kill you. Okay. This is something that people casually say. It is a joke, so keep that in mind. He's not really talking about killing her or harming her, but he's saying, well, it's kind of a secret. Jokingly, and he says, nah, I'm not a secret agent. So up to this point, okay, if you're a bit confused, don't worry, okay, because Peter was just joking. Let's focus on what he says afterwards. He says, I'm a freelancer, okay, I'm a freelancer, so I do lots of different things, okay, do lots of different things. And then he gives details, and he says, I guess you could say I'm a jack of all trades. Jack of all trades. So what does that mean? Jack of all trades, let's check it out. Okay, a jack of all trades is a person that is talented in many different things. So if you know how to do A, B, C, D, and E, or even more, you can say that you are a jack of all trades. Or if somebody says, hey, I know how to do this and that, I'm good at A, I'm also good at B and C, you can say to that person, wow, you're a jack of all trades. A person that is talented in many, many different things, in many different fields, for example. Now, Rachel says, you're like a Renaissance man. A Renaissance man is also a very similar expression to a jack of all trades. A Renaissance man is somebody that is talented or knowledgeable, somebody that is very skilled in doing many different things or tasks, okay? And she says, you can do anything and everything. Now, Peter says, I've got fingers in lots of different pies. And then he asks, how about you? But let's take a look at this expression here. Now, this is an idiomatic expression, okay? Have fingers in different pies. Let's take a look. So you can say that you have fingers in different pies, or even simply have a finger in every pie. It basically means that you are involved in many different things. But keep in mind, although Peter did mention this idiomatic expression in a positive way, more often it is used in a negative way. Perhaps if somebody is so interested in everything, right? You can say, wow, you know, he or she has fingers in every pie. That person is very nosy. 간섭을 좀 많이 한다, okay? So keep in mind, it can be used in positive situations, but even more in negative situations. Anyhow, in this sentence, Peter is saying that, yeah, he is involved in doing many different things, and he asks, so do you like what you do? He's asking Rachel. She says, I do like what I do. Now, the do there, it can be omitted, but why is the do there? For example, I can say, I like what I do. I like what I do. Now, what about this? I do like what I do. I do like what I do. Now, you are stressing the fact that you really, really, really enjoy doing what you do, okay? And then she says, I worked as a news anchor, and she goes on talking about what she did. And she said, I absolutely loved it. I enjoyed the job. So she was getting paid to learn. Yeah, I guess even for me, I can say that I get paid to learn because, for example, I prepare lectures and along the way, I learn. So she's saying it's a wonderful job because I work at the same time, I learn, and at the same time, I get paid to learn. So she's giving an example of what she does. She was reading about the news, current events, and she was learning about the world while she was getting paid to do it, okay? Moving on, what does Peter say? He says, that's true. Everyone reads the newspaper, or everyone reads the news anyway. The news in this case, since we're saying read, we're talking about the paper, meaning the newspaper. And then he's saying it's wonderful that you get paid to do what you do. Now, she says some more details about what she does. I did a lot of editing and also translating, so it was very helpful. Moving on. I don't think there are too many people who are like us. Meaning, I don't think there are too many people that really enjoy the work they do. And then he says, well, just stick with it. Stick with it, and something will come of it. Let's take a look at these two expressions. Now, if somebody told you, hey, stick with it, what would you think they mean? Here, let's take a look. Now, to stick to something means to glue something, right? You are stuck to it. 풀같이 붙는 거잖아요, right? So, if somebody says, hey, stick to it, it means continue to do it. Keep it, okay? Don't change. Don't make any changes. Stick to it. Continue to do it. And also the other expression was, something will come of it. To come of something means to bring about results. So something will happen, perhaps. Something good will come of it means, yes, perhaps you will get good results. Good things will happen as a result. That is what it means. We'll practice this expression later on as well, so don't worry too much, just in case you don't understand. And then finally, Rachel says exactly, you make it what it is. A wonderful way to wrap up a conversation, right? So what do you think that means? You make it what it is. You make it what it is. Basically, here is the definition. So if you say you make it what it is, you're saying, well, it depends on what you do. Everything depends on what you do and how you do it. It depends on you. So you can say you make it what it is. Everything is up to how you do it or what you do. Okay, that brings us to an end to today's actual talk. Let's take a moment to listen to it one more time, and in the meantime, check out the subtitles.